Jack Harlow, who is a rapper, was the worst guest that I've ever seen GameDay have. And it was awful, atrocious television. And I got to be honest with you guys, Kirk Herbstreit now is like Michael Jordan in the NBA playoffs who suddenly has a high school team surrounding him. GameDay has fallen apart. And you kind of get the sense that they know they've fallen apart because going and getting Jack Harlow as a rapper was incredibly aggressive and out of the box and ridiculous thinking from ESPN because they had a huge game, Notre Dame and Ohio State, and the Ohio State Buckeyes were celebrating the 20th year anniversary, and I can't believe it's been 20 years since Ohio State won the 2002 national championship. Now, if you remember that 2002 national championship, came down to what I think was a questionable pass interference call in the end zone. I think Miami should have ended up winning that game, but Ohio State was the champs. You could have put any number of former players on. You could have put on Jim Tressel as your guest picker. There was any number of directions they could have gone. Instead, they got Jack Harlow, who knows absolutely nothing, it appears, about college football and seemed to have no interest whatsoever in learning a little bit to be able to make the guest picks. On top of that, Lee Corso is a legend. He's 87 years old. You're not helping Lee Corso by putting him next to a 20-something-year-old rapper who knows nothing about college football. Lee Corso said, "Not so fast, my friend," which is one of his trademarks, in response to Jack Harlow picking Cincinnati to beat Arkansas because he used to know a girl in Cincinnati. Lee Corso follows it up with "Not so fast, my friend." I don't really think Desmond Howard understands how sports gambling works. He has never been very good in the picks column at all. And then you've got Herbstreit sitting there trying to rescue this entire dumpster fire of a segment inside of what has increasingly become a messy and not very fun or exuberant or well-produced or well-done show of ESPN GameDay. In contrast, I was actually watching SEC Nation as well. They were at Fayetteville. Their guest picker was a drunk John Daly, who was fabulous on the show. Laura Rutledge is the host of SEC Nation. They've got a bevy of talent surrounding her. I don't need to name all of them. Tim Tebow, Marty Smith, McGee. You've got Feinbaum. They've got a really good collection of talent on that show that they bring to bear every single weekend. I got to be honest with you, and I wrote this. If you had to pick talent in college football right now, and you were ESPN and you looked at GameDay and you looked at SEC Nation, I think that Herbstreit would be the first overall draft pick for ESPN talent. Look, I'm pulling my own show out of the mix. I think the Big Noon has become a fantastic show. I'm a very small part of it. But you got Brady Quinn, Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, Urban Meyer, Rob Stone. I think I got them all. They're fantastic. Got a lot of different people who are contributing to that show as well, okay? Again, you can watch it for yourself. We're going to be kicking off before Alabama, Texas this weekend down in Austin. I'll be on the road with them pretty much every week doing segments, gambling picks, whatnot during the course of the season. But if you had to do a draft pick of just ESPN talent, Kirk Herbstreit for both SEC Nation and GameDay, Herbstreit would be clearly your number one pick. After that, I think like the next 6 or 7 picks would all come from SEC Nation before you would go back and draft anyone that's on GameDay. And I think they're implicitly acknowledging how desperate they are by putting a guy like Jack Harlow on as a guest picker who has no connection to Ohio State or Notre Dame. You've got a fabulous game, a fabulous setting, and you're still desperate for side acts. It's a sign that the bones of your show itself is not strong enough to be able to support itself. GameDay has had a very long run, but I think it is broken and is now a very bad show.